How's it going, everyone? It's me, Vivi, and welcome back to some more Sly Cooper. Alright guys, this is considered a rumor, but I think that a lot of you will be happy about this. I personally really am, despite this being a rumor, but I'm gonna be honest with you, there's also some sort of bad news that comes along with it. But it's just a rumor. Now, do I sound excited? I probably do. And why is that? Call me naive, but a similar situation happened on DeviantArt in the past. This rumor I'm about to share with you guys has no source. We're only looking at Twitter, a conversation. Now, DeviantArt in the past, a user explained that the movie was going to turn into a TV show, and that the movie was put on hold. I was telling that user that I don't believe any of this information. Where are you getting this from? I refused to believe anything, the user said. This person was apparently talking to the industry, someone from the industry. It's unknown who that was, but this rumor of the movie turning into a TV show instead turned out to be true. They announced the TV show on June 10th, 2017, and the movie's on hold. Although it seems cancelled, they're still saying it's gonna happen in the future. But anyways, yesterday I was having a conversation with someone called Alpha Fox Warfare over on Twitter. You know, about the Sly Cooper animated TV show. Well, technically how this all began is someone called Fridinator mentions Cartoon Network, and then eventually he replies, "From what I've been hearing, it'll be on a brand new channel called PlayStation Originals, which will host TV shows and movies by Sony Interactive Entertainment, including Powers, Sly Cooper, Parappa, and Ratchet & Clank. Will be a PlayStation Vue exclusive. Outside of Vue will be like Powers where you buy it." Powers unfortunately got canned after 2 seasons. It's still a PlayStation original series, which was an adaptation of Marvel's comic called Powers. Now, the Ratchet & Clank movie, before it starts, you have this logo animation, PlayStation Originals. No, Ratchet & Clank is not getting a TV show. Alpha Fox Warfare was referring to the movie planned, you know, to air on PlayStation Vue one day. Parappa the Rapper. There was an anime back then in 2001 and 2002 by Toei Animation, the same studio behind Dragon Ball Super. There was 1 season composed of 30 episodes. Back around the production of Parappa 2, Sony wanted an anime for kids. The art director of the games was completely against the idea. In short, it didn't happen. So I really wonder what Parappa is doing on this list. But anyways, Parappa is not the focus of the video. Let's focus on Sly Cooper. First, what the heck is PlayStation Vue? Honestly, I wasn't too aware of this service called PlayStation Vue, and there's a reason for that, which I will dive into in like a couple of seconds, let's say. It's a multi-platform streaming service. Depending on your subscription, you get a variety of channels / networks. You need 10 megabytes of internet connection, minimum, it's recommended. You don't need a PlayStation console, a PS3 or PS4, you don't have to worry. So PS Vue is easily accessible on mobile and PC. You can even Chromecast it. You just need a PSN account, which you can create on PC, no problem. Now, the streaming service was founded on March 15, 2015. Powers happened right around the launch of the service. However, here comes the bad news. This is only a US service. Yesterday, while I was having this conversation with Alpha Fox Warfare, I was like, oh, Canada has PS Vue. That is not the case. Sony, how is this show supposed to garner views if it's not available outside of US, Europe, UK, or wherever? You guys won't be able to watch it until the show comes out, maybe physically. Canada even. I mean, what is this? So Sony, please do not be stupid. Think of fans outside of the US. Sly Cooper fans are not only located in the US, come on. This is the part of the rumor I dislike completely. How many active users are on PS Vue, by the way? As of April 2017, 400k active users. Yeah, that's not going to help. So Sony, please don't be morons. What I want to believe is this. They choose a network, which they're currently doing, I'm assuming, and that network will also be available on PS Vue. Voila. I understand Sly Cooper is a Sony IP, it's their property, and oh, Sly Cooper is home. You know, Sony, PS Vue, get it? But people who are outside of the US not being able to watch it is a huge mistake already. Next bit of info. Let me read Ryan's tweet, Alpha Fox Warfare. which caught my interest the most, and I think you guys will absolutely love this one. From what I heard, it would be too mature for Nick. Cartoon Network turned down the show, and Adult Swim was their next bet, but shortly after they launched the PlayStation Emerging Filmmakers program and decided to keep PlayStation originals all in one place. There is one good thing out of this. I am loving the sound of too mature. The show being too mature for Nickelodeon, okay. Cartoon Network, well, maybe it doesn't really have to do with the tone of the show, maturity. Rather, the network is, well, looking at this from a business perspective, from what I've been reading from you guys, was it Amina or Twitter? I don't remember, but I read that from a business perspective, maybe Cartoon Network is already full and they just don't care. Or maybe they thought, oh, this is a video game property, video game movies suck most of the time, so no, we don't want to risk anything, we don't want this. Sorry. Now, some of you will be happy that the show is staying away from Cartoon Network, judging by their recent history. If a show fails in numbers, they will immediately just shut it down. Like, boom, goodbye. Was the show garbage for them to turn it down? No, I made a video in the past, and the show is currently receiving 5 stars from all of the networks. It was the 11th most screened show in France at this event where they meet a bunch of networks. I'm guessing they already spoke to Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. They decided to stay out of it. 5 stars from who? Adult Swim? Could Adult Swim be part of the networks which gave such a high rating? Compare the Sly TV show to TMNT 2012, which aired on Nickelodeon. Some said that, oh, I'd like the TV show to be just like that show, which has a good balance. If that show was appealing to a more older audience and was still acceptable by Nickelodeon, then what kind of maturity level are we talking about when it comes to Sly Cooper? I don't expect the characters to suddenly start swearing. Perhaps it's the theme itself. I mean, we got a vigilante whose family was hunted for years by an immortal psycho owl. How do you think Nickelodeon felt when they heard that? Okay, so the show has an immortal owl who got rid of his organic body, replaced everything by metal, and hunted a raccoon's family for hundreds of years, and most likely killed them all. Okay, how are we supposed to explain this to kids? Oh, why not add rainbows in the back? Oh, I don't think that's gonna work. So, it seems like we're looking at a pretty dark series, and it's easily understandable. You guys have played the games. You know what the characters deal with, what they go through. Sony is acknowledging the older fan base, and I like it a lot. If this rumor becomes true, how much of the older fan base will tune in? Sony will have to be careful on this one. They have to promote, and promote. Again, I don't understand why it would be exclusive on PS Vue, while technically a new channel called PlayStation Originals. That just sounds beyond the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Okay, if PS Vue was like worldwide, okay, we're looking at a larger fan base. But having the show restricted to the US only, what the heck? Sure, Ratchet & Clank movie flopped, but it was available outside of the US. Although not at the same exact dates, but it was available at many other locations eventually. Now, Adult Swim. Now, this one really caught me by surprise. Is Sly Cooper, the TV show, at that level? Many of us, including myself, feared the show being too kiddie. I mean, wasn't Samurai Jack Season 5 darker than the rest? Of course. Not too sure if too mature in this case means Samurai Jack Season 5 level. I doubt it, but I mean, maybe they're making a show for an older audience, but at the same time also keep the tone and feel kids loved when playing those games. Now, I do want to say one thing. I don't think Sly is turning edgy. Not at all. Like, I am Sly Cooper. It's just some events in the game and particular situations which Nickelodeon deemed not too kid material. Hey, maybe they could be one of the networks which gave it 5 stars, even if they found it too mature. They probably said something along the lines, well, although your show looks interesting, we feel like it's not really suitable for kids mainly. I mean, what would they have said other than that? As for Cartoon Network, it probably had to do with budgeting reasons, business. Last thing, what is this PlayStation Emerging Filmmakers program? PlayStation is teaming up with WeMake to bring an an incredible opportunity to the future generation of storytellers and help them create the next iconic show. The PlayStation Emerging Filmmakers Program is an initiative that paves the path from the creator's vision to a final platform. The top 5 have already been selected. No, Sly is not part of them, don't worry, it has nothing to do with Sly Cooper. These top 5, they get the chance at a pilot. And here's the list of projects by Sony, titled PlayStation Originals according to the same user. Sly Cooper apparently will be announced in 2018. Well, announced as in it'll begin this year, or at least get an official trailer for the pilot. Uncharted was revealed a couple years back. As for The Last of Us, Neil Druckmann revealed it back in 2014. Now Uncharted, I do remember it having issues with the script, and it caused this huge delay, I don't know what, something like that, going by memory here. But if you look at the bottom part, Sly Cooper movie, TBA, so it seems like the movie will still happen, but not now. So other than that, guys, I have nothing else to say. So what do you think of this rumor? Do you believe it's true or false? What do you think of Sly Cooper being darker, as in too mature? What do you think they meant by too mature? Something that's a bit too dark for kids? Something completely edgy, which I don't think is the case. I hope not. I don't want them to ruin the characters we know and love. And what do you think about the show being exclusive to PlayStation Vue? I completely hate the idea, but leave your own thoughts in the comments. And as always, I've been Vivi, and oh, and by the way, thank you Alpha Fox Warfare. That conversation was pretty great on Twitter. So yep, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching.